This is a download from BBC London 94.9.
Hi there, I'm Gigi Salmon and this is the Inside Chelsea podcast. This BBC London download looks at what's been happening in and around Stamford Bridge over the last 7 days and is available from the Chelsea website, the BBC London website and of course via iTunes. Well, even without the first team around Stamford Bridge and the training ground, there's still been plenty of activity to report on concerning the Blues. In this edition of the Inside Chelsea podcast, we will look at the comings and goings at the club as the transfer window closes. We'll hear from manager Andre Villas-Boas and striker Romelu Lukaku after the team's league win at the weekend. And we catch up with a couple of legends who popped down to the bridge to give their support to the new Chelsea Museum. So first up, let's take a look at the players who arrived and departed the club this week as the transfer window finally closed until the new year. And the big news was the arrival of 28-year-old midfielder Raul Meireles as the clock struck 11. The midfielder was signed from Liverpool on a 4-year contract. Yossi Benayoun has joined Arsenal on loan until the end of the season. Gael Kakuta has joined Bolton Wanderers until the 1st of January, while left-back Patrick van Aanholt, he joined Wigan Athletic on a season-long loan deal. And Chelsea reached an agreement with Vitesse Arnhem for the season-long loan of Ulysses Davila, who recently signed with the Blues from Chivas. So in total over the summer, Chelsea have signed 6 players, with 2 heading straight out on loan, while for the other 4 the challenge is to get into Andre Villas-Boas' starting 11. Now then to the field of play, and the Blues maintain their unbeaten start to the season as Juan Mata scored deep into added time on his debut as Chelsea beat Norwich City 3-1 at Stamford Bridge. But the victory was somewhat tempered by a horrific-looking injury to striker Didier Drogba in the second half. Drogba was taken off on a stretcher after receiving lengthy treatment. He appeared to be knocked out in mid-air when challenging goalkeeper John Ruddy for a high ball and landed nastily, with the incident adding 11 minutes injury time to the end of a dramatic match in West London. Drogba did recover but was taken to hospital and following further tests was allowed to go home that evening. A statement from the club was released saying that the Ivorian was suffering from concussion and that the club's medical staff would continue to monitor the 33-year-old over the coming days. As for the match, Jose Bosingwa put Chelsea in front with a stunning goal after 6 minutes. However, the visitors pulled it back to all square just after the hour. Now, Ramirez was then brought down by the Canaries' keeper John Ruddy, which earned him a red card, and Frank Lampard scored from the subsequent spot kick. More drama was to follow when in the 100th minute of the match, debutant Juan Mata scored to give Chelsea a tally of 7 points from their opening 3 games. And following the match, the Blues manager Andre Villas-Boas, before answering questions about the game, was asked about the condition of Didier Drogba.
Yeah, it's a little bit better now. Responding to questions, is going onto a full exam, and we'll have more information after. He was completely unconscious in the beginning, and our physios and Dr. Eva made a tremendous work straight away with him, and he is now showing progressive signs of recovery. So just for us to be completely tranquil, we just need the full exam, which is being done right now.
And how long do you think this will all take before you have some idea of how sort of fit he'll be, how ready he'll be to carry on?
I don't know. Just hope for his well-being as a person first. I mean, the player at the moment is the least important. Just Didier as a person is what we want to recover straight away.
Just a thought about his performance up until then with Fernando Torres. How did you feel the two of them gelled together?
Yeah, good. I mean, it was an intense game. I think it was a game that both teams had a lot of chances. We had a couple of the initiative, but Norwich were creating a couple of chances, and they had their share part of shots on goal. We picked up a step in the second half, but the goal came, in my opinion, in the wrong time. Made us a little bit edgy, but we managed to get that control right and the emotions right. The impact of the players coming in with their talent and their availability also was good for us, and we managed to turn the game around, which is fantastic once again.
What about the penalty? because Paul Lambert has told us that was not a penalty. Ramirez was going down, and that was very harsh. It turned the game.
Yeah, Paul Lambert has a good imagination. Fantastic. But we are with 3 penalties in 2 games. Maybe he wants to show some imagination on the other 3.
You won't have seen the replay, or have you seen the replay? Because you'll see that Ramirez seems to be going down almost as he make contact with John Ruddy.
All our players seem to go down. The others don't go down. All our players seems to go down early. So it's good to be aware of this difference of opinion.
Another debutant was striker Romelu Lukaku. He placed Fernando Torres late in the game, and he explained what it felt like to be a Chelsea player.
It was quite amazing. It gave me a boost, and I want to continue like that, like I'm doing right now. So I improve every week, and just to be helpful for the team.
When you came on, you certainly looked lively, and you could even have had a goal.
Yeah, I could have easily had a goal, but I was quite helpful for the team, and that's the most important. If you are helpful for the team, then your tasks will come themselves.
Obviously, a 3-1 victory today, so all well and good. And you were on the pitch when Chelsea scored the 3rd goal with Juan Mata.
Yeah. Mata's also a young player, so he wants to improve also to be one of Chelsea the starting 11, and that's very good.
And initial thoughts about the difference between the Premier League and last season with Anderlecht?
Yeah, the speed of execution and physical commitment is very much more than in Belgium, so I have to get along with that, but I like to be in such situations so I can improve.
You're going to have to change your game, or is your game going to be the same?
I think that if I improve, my game will change automatically, so I just continue like I'm doing right now.
What did you make of how the fans responded to you today?
It was amazing, I want to thank them also, and I want to be helpful for the team, and I think that we as Chelsea players, we have to bring some titles over here.
They seemed really excited to see you playing, and I think they were desperate for you to score that goal as much as you were today.
Yeah, but it was close, so I'm getting closer right now, and I'm very happy now. I have 2 games with the national team, but when I come back, I will be here with a free mind, so I want to continue like I'm doing right now.
Now then, before the match, the club opened their latest version of the Chelsea Museum at Stamford Bridge. BBC London 94.9's Philippa Miranda was at the opening to find out why the club felt it was time to update this popular attraction.
The reason really why we decided to put this project together was because we felt the old museum was a temporary space. It was used for hospitality area on match days. We wanted to make the museum a lot more interactive, and we couldn't do that in a temporary space. So we decided to move it over to this area of the stadium so we could make it a lot more interactive and appeal to a wider age group of our fans. Obviously in the old museum, it was much more relied heavily on pieces of memorabilia and lots of reading, and we were conscious of the fact that we wanted to appeal to a younger age group of people as well.
Sarah Bagg, the museum manager speaking there, said a lot of the exhibits were down to donations by many of the Blues faithful from on and off the field.
We've had amazing response from fans and our ex-players since we started the project. Our club historian Rick Glanville obviously started to do a lot more historic research, and really he was the one who kind of made contact with a few of ex-players' family, and then items sort of came to us from that kind of research.
There were 2 Blues legends in attendance on the day, Ron Harris and Charlie Cook. Charlie, who helped the team win the FA Cup for the first time, says the museum is important in connecting fans with the history of the club.
Well, I think that's what this whole museum is about. It is about the history of the club, establishing that clearly in people's minds. And there's a long history, and there's all reason to be supporting the club into the future. So yeah, we are very happy. I mean, it's self-serving to say, yeah, it's great that they should be connecting with us. But yeah, it's very nice to come back and see that the history that we were part of is well exhibited too.
Chopper Harris says it's good for the current supporters of the club to be able to find out about the heroes of a bygone era.
I'm proud of the fact I've played more games than anybody. Like in the history of Chelsea Football Club, I do the hospitality here on match days. I enjoy coming here, and I'd like to think that some of the younger lads here, via their fathers, do know who I am and what I achieved or done for Chelsea Football Club.
Charlie had already found himself a favourite part of the museum.
I think you're automatically drawn back to our period. You go and look at all these things, but I quite like the various jerseys. You can pull up various jerseys and look up the the history of them, and that's very interesting. You look at the old ones, look at the new ones, you see the differences, and you can actually go in there and just see what happened along the road.
So what do the Chelsea fans think of their new attraction?
The new museum is absolutely fantastic, wonderful.
I think it's really good because it's really interesting. It's got lots of history.
I think it's good, yeah, very impressive, yeah. Very good, very good. First time I've been here. I was sitting in the trophy cabinet, that was good.
I like the goal, the shooting practice.
And the new museum will be open daily from 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. with last entry at 4 p.m. And the museum will also be open on match days, but times will be subject to each match day kickoff. For more details, please go to the official Chelsea website. I'm Gigi Samner. You've been listening to the Inside Chelsea podcast, the official podcast of your favourite club, and you will be able to hear the next instalment on Thursday, the 8th of August from midday. Until then, to keep right up to date with all the latest from your club, please keep an eye on Chelsea TV or check out the websites www.chelseafc.com or the BBC London website, which can be found at www.bbc.co.uk/London/sport. But until next time, take care. Bye for now.